This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Thanks, meat and potatoes. Coming up, you will not be hungry as the head chef brings you the foods you can't stand. That's right after the game known as Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK. Steve, who is our next contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Craig. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Big Dummy.
Hello, Craig.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
Craig, are you sober or not sober?
Working on it.
All right. Craig, Men's Room poll. You're going to camp for a week in a tent. Where are you going to go? The African Savannah, the Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
Yellowstone all the way.
Yellowstone it is.
All right. Ted's getting company. Pretty soon it's going to be a festival, my friend.
Expect a lot of bourbon, whiskey, and wide open plains.
And bear tax. Don't forget the bear tax. That's special.
Hey, look, we lose 10% of the people. It's not my fault.
All right, here is question number one for you. How many official languages are there at the United Nations?
So, throw it out there, 5.
Oh, close.
7.
6. Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish.
That's it, huh?
That's it, official languages. That's why everyone wears those earpieces, you know?
Yeah.
After they're listening to music. They just tune all of it out. All right, here's your question. Name one of the two NBA teams that face elimination tonight, down 3-2.
You know, I lost interest in basketball so long ago. I don't know. Pass.
Oh, no.
You shall not pass!
Guess 2 NBA teams.
Or just one.
I don't know. What's LeBron James play for? Golden State Warriors.
LeBron plays for the Lakers, and they are facing elimination tonight.
Yes. Yeah. So you had the right player, the wrong team.
Is the other one in the East?
No.
Out west.
He went to
Just talked about him yesterday.
Is it the Clippers?
Trailblazers.
Yeah,
Trailblazers, that's right.
There you go.
Portland's in it?
They're kind of, they're down 3-2.
So right now, they're still, but don't worry about you lost interest. Don't even worry about it. All right, here's your question. Let's stick in the sports world. Let's go up the road. What's the name of the CFL franchise in Vancouver, British Columbia?
Oh, Canadian Football League. I got to pass on that.
You shall not pass!
You're making the old man angry.
Yes.
Remember, we don't pass anymore.
One more pass, Craig, and you are out of the game.
Yeah, we're going to pass you off the line.
Sorry.
Just take a guess.
Oh, God. The Vancouver Canucks.
There you go. Be the BC Lions.
Question number 5.
Question number 5. What was Jackson Pollock known for?
Jackson Pollock?
Jackson Pollock, yes.
Throwing it out there again, I'm going to say golf.
Is he an actor?
Nope.
Writer?
Nope. Keep
Singer?
going. No.
He was a painter.
Painter, yes.
He was in the arts. Could have given me that one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right there, Craig. Here's your question. What state, is multiple choice, What state announced this week that those who get vaccinated have a chance to win firearms, trucks, and $1 million cash?
We know it's not Washington State. That sounds like, I'll say Texas.
Not a bad guess. Nope. But in this case, Miles' home state of West Virginia. I want a truck.
What kind of gun do you get?
I don't know.
Hunting rifles.
Yeah.
30-06.
Makes sense. All right. Let's think a little closer to home. This Seattle-based company announced this week that it will stop testing job seekers for marijuana.
Oh, is that Amazon?
It is Amazon. Very
Look,
good.
man, if you're going to have a company based in Seattle, you just have to, do the numbers, bro. A lot of people smoke a lot of weed.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Miro. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, first-time listener, long-time caller.
Hola! Miro, sober, not sober?
I got a few Karlovachkos in me, so I'd say not sober.
All right.
A few what?
Karlovachko, that's a Croatian beer.
Croatian beer.
I don't know if I've tried that.
Where did you even hear about this, or do you just grab different beers at the store and try them?
No, I've had it for a long time. I ran across it at a store once, and I keep on getting it. It's my favorite.
Is it a Czech-style Pilsner?
Yeah, close to that.
Okay. All right, Miro, you're going to camp for a week in a tent. Where's it going to be? The African Savannah, the Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
The baby ate my dingo.
All right, going down under. He's doing a backwards thing.
I see. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He's Yoda. See, that you didn't know that. All right, here is your question. What word can describe a font, an architectural style, a type of novel, or even a style of fashion? It starts with the letter G.
Let's see. Gothic.
Oh, okay. Done, brother.
Get out of here.
Yeah, backwards man, like Gothic.
Very good. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Jake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey,
Hola! Jake, are you on team sober or team not sober?
I'm working on not sober, so mark me under sober.
Mark you under sober. Okay. All right, Jake. Camp for 1 week in a tent. It's going to be the African Savannah, the Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park.
I'll go Yellowstone.
Okay, Yellowstone it is.
All right, there, Jake. Here's your question. What animal is the mascot of the U.S. Naval Academy?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say the badger.
No, man. It's a goat. Bill the goat.
Don't.
The goat.
Like when you think about the Navy and what they do and all the commercials, don't you think of goats?
Sure you do.
I do. Like, yeah, man, you watch Top Gun, you're like,
it's always in the football
goats?
games. Yeah.
I'm a fan. And goats? I'm in.
Yeah, but it's the Naval Academy. You know there's a whole story behind it.
I'm sure there is, and this sounds awful. I really don't want to know it.
Do you realize that goat,
I
the
do.
entire time it's on the field, just basically eats the field?
Yeah, it's a goat.
I mean, the games that I've gone to, he just sits there and eats the grass.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be tough for him now.
Yeah.
They're up in Philly, and that's turf.
Oh, he's going to hate that,
turf.
dude.
Yeah.
That's like
but, dude, I mean, when I was running the Navy Football Network, they were so bad that the commercials literally were, come hang out with Bill the Goat.
I
and it was like the mascot jumping off like the Ride the Ducks in Baltimore and stuff. Like, they didn't even try to pimp the actual football.
No, like they're terrible.
Lou Holtz and Notre Dame come in this weekend.
Right. I mean,
Get your tickets now.
It's a bloodbath.
But it's funny, like, right, and then a few years after that, they turned it around. They've stayed pretty consistent.
Yes, they have, which is weird. Okay, here's your question. Astronaut Ken Mattingly, he was replaced on which Apollo mission?
Shoot, guess say Apollo 6.
That's probably Apollo 10.
The only reason I feel like anyone would get this question right? Because no one remembers his name, but I said he was portrayed by Gary Sinise.
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13. Remember, he got booted off the flight. They put in Kevin Bacon. By the way, that's a true story. Kevin Bacon actually flew on Apollo 13.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's been everywhere.
Are you guys ready for the legend of Bill the Goat?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
So apparently it was not out of the question for goats to actually be on ships in the navies because they would eat the undesirable food and they give back milk and butter and eventually they would probably be eaten themselves. There's a legend that a Navy ship once sailed with a pet goat and that the goat died during the cruise. The officers preserved the skin to have it mounted when they returned to port. 2 young ensigns were entrusted with the skin. On their way to the taxidermist, they stopped by the United States Naval Academy to watch a football game. At halftime, for reasons the legend does not specify, one ensign decided to dress up in the goat skin. The crowd appreciated the effort, and Navy won the game.
Huh.
That is awesome.
So maybe the guy's name was Bill.
That is a better story than I thought it was.
Well, he's a billy goat. Well, dude, I'm telling you, I only learned this past fall about the Huskies fight song. Bow Down is about them getting on a boat and going to the World's Fair and playing California. And they took the bear. They're like, we're going to take him out of his lair and this and that. Like, fight songs back in the day were
Did they
fight
kill the
songs.
thing?
I believe they killed him and took him back to the Northland.
Wow.
And it's like, I think they've changed the lyrics, but there used to be like a line that like, he's never coming back. Like he's up here for good.
Things were different then.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
These are not PC times.
Right. Yeah, we took your mascot and killed it. All right. And then we wrote a song about it that we're going to sing to.
I was golden lair with the something snare.
Jesus. All right, here's a question. Charleston is the capital of what U.S. state?
Say that one more time.
Charleston is the capital of what U.S. state?
South Carolina.
There is a Charleston in South Carolina.
Yes, there is.
That's the most famous one.
But no, it's the capital of West Virginia.
That is not the most famous one.
Columbia is the capital of South Carolina.
Is it?
Yeah. It's where the university is and birthplace of Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yes, birthplace. They were birthed there.
Well, they all went there.
And a band was born.
They're in the Hall of Fame.
They came out of the womb singing.
Sonny was the goalie for the team. The drummer.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was the goalie for the soccer team.
Yeah. I just know my dad lived in Columbia for a few years. So if you go down there, I mean, they are about that Hootie.
Okay. About that Hootie. I would interpret that entirely wrong if I did not know what you were
I'm down here for the Hootie.
Yeah, where's the Hootie? All right, your question.
Staying for the Gamecocks.
Come for the Hootie, stay for... HG is the symbol for what element that does not start with the letter H, nor does it have a G in it?
Neither letters are in the name.
That is correct.
Yeah. I think that's one you just got to have to know.
Oh, my God.
That means chances are it's Greek or Latin, which means they discovered it a long time ago, so it's not one of these newfangled ones.
No, I'm going to pass.
No. Oh, no.
No passing. Just pick an element.
What is this going to get through to people?
He is so angry.
I'm going to put in oxygen.
I want to say potassium or sodium. Potassium's K.
Potassium's K. Lead is PB. And HG is mercury.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's so easy to remember.
So it's Freddie HG.
That's right.
I'll take that one home and write it down.
Freddie HG.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So would it be Mercury Wells? Wasn't it H.G. Wells?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mercury Wells.
Right.
My name is Mercury Wells.
Come on down and buy a used car.
This might surprise you. I got batteries for sale in my jacket.
When you say HG, I just think about people fixing stuff up on TV.
You need a 9 volt.
Oh, like HGTV?
I got 9 volts.
No, it's Mercury TV.
Mercury
TV. All right, here's the question. What children's show features characters named Dipsy, Lala, and Poe?
Oh, get me out of here.
What is it?
Teletubbies.
Yeah, you got that one. No,
Too
you're
easy.
Teletubbies.
I didn't know. Who was the one everyone was mad at?
Tinky Winky?
The one Tinky Winky, yeah. That's the only one I knew. When
No,
I
I
saw
think
the-
Tinky Winky passed.
What do you mean Tinky Winky pass?
He's dead. Remember? I couldn't say
What
it.
the hell? Oh, God, that's right.
Yeah, don't speak of the dead that way.
Tinky Winky's dead. Oh, my God. Yelling from the rooftop. Later, I have terrible news.
I'm sure
Tinky Winky's dead.
I'm sure they could find a replacement.
Oh, Tinky Winky.
Game is up, Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Eastwood. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
Eastwood, are you sober or not sober?
I'm not sober. I've been smoking some of this Kofi White from up here at Bayshore, Stickle Fritz.
Okay. All right, Eastwood, our men's room poll. You got a camp for a week and a tent. Will you be in the African Savannah, the Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
I thought Yellowstone, most of it was in Wyoming. That's what I thought. But I'm going down for the Outback, man. And then I check out some women after camping out in the weeds.
Okay. They'll be happy to hear that.
Eastwood's here, finally.
So my birthday was last Saturday, May 30th, which from 1870 until 1971 was my birthday. I thought everybody got a day off because I was born. So I wanted to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, David Orange, Sergeant David Orange. He was sergeant in the U.S. Army, and he was also sergeant for the Seattle Police Department for their gang squad. And then also Matthias Cruz, Chief Warrant Officer, 26 years service.
You don't email those guys, do you?
I mean, are we how you communicate with them? Like, are they going to call in and be like, I want to give a shout out to Eastwood, grab a gallon of milk?
Yeah, well, Matthias was investigating Deidre for some inapproprieties as a massage therapist, and he's working for, the housing, DSHS, and so I told him I was going to mention him. He said, yeah, he's a Chief Warrant Officer, 26 years, has fought in many wars and has many ribbons, and so I told him I'd mention him. He said, go ahead, son. And then David just needed a shout-out for all those Seattle police officers. Remember David Orange from the gang squad. He was about...
It's almost like talking to my wife. You know, hey, baby, how was your day? And then this happens.
Just goes. It just goes. It's like a wind-up rabbit.
Because May 30th, his birthday, but now they're making a 3-day weekend.
Okay.
Hawaii's trying to pass legislation to make it original so we can honor our soldiers. So God bless them.
Yeah. Hey, Eastwood, you want to play Big Dummy?
And the killer, man. Clinton Charles Copeland, he was the head of the Teamsters local for 24 years, 174 largest block in the Pacific Northwest. So God bless the killer, man.
All right, Eastwood, question number one.
We'll go for it. I'm going to go for the Outback. Man, down there with the snakes. I got a big knife, K-bar, man. I'll fight them off, and I got guns. Well, most of my guns, the Mason County Police got my pistol. I gotta get it back from last summer, but I'll get it.
Question number one.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. What common...
brother, I love you, man. You're still my hero. Drill, man. You're always the top of the list. God's creation to give to us, man.
I think I'm flattered, but I'm not sure. Let me absorb that.
No, that's from the heart, man.
No, that's why I don't absorb it. I believe you, brother. I do. I really do.
Okay.
All right.
Next is Ted, man, because he always likes me.
Next to Ted.
Thanks, Eastwood.
You're the best. Well, I look at this guy more, but...
Well, you're his hero next to me.
Next to you, yes. I'm
Robin. Maybe I'm next.
You gotta stick him. He's the one who told me to keep calling in,
Who?
I did.
I saw him down there at Legion one time. He keep calling in. He's good, so here I am.
In no way are we going to beat Ted with soap and socks later.
Yeah, I'm sure I was sober.
All right, here's your question. What common and important household item uses the synthetic element americium?
Common and important household item uses the element americium.
Mm-hmm. I probably said it.
Household item.
Mike says there's no way you get this.
I don't know.
Any idea, Mike? Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors. Yes.
Okay. Americium. Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Huh.
All right.
That was more active.
Eastwood, here's your question. I hate I'm going to ask you this. It's multiple choice, okay? So a new study asked people about the worst sex they ever had. What percentage of people said that their current partner is, in fact, the worst sex that they've ever had? 25, 50, 75, or 100%?
I'll go mid-road, 50%.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Man, oh, man. Very good, Eastwood. There you go. 2 and done.
People are so split on Eastwood. People either love him or hate him, but everyone goes like, he's all right.
Eastwood's a bit sometimes like a Family Guy.
As someone said, it reminds me of Boomhauer.
Or I was just going to say, sometimes you're like, what is he talking about? But then it just keeps going. Mm-hmm. So it's you're like, oh, you know what? That is pretty funny. I'm glad he's here.
More Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Now that I've gotten to sing and watch the Eastwood off me, do we have a new contestant ready to play the game known as Big Dummy?
We sure do, and his name is Bob. Hello, Bob. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Bob, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, brother.
Sober, Bob. Welcome to the show. Okay, Bob, we're going camping for a week. You got to stay in a tent. Where are you going? African Savannah, Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
Well, I spent the most terrifying one night in a tent at Yellowstone, so I do not want to go back there. I'm going to say Everest Base Camp.
Okay. Why was your night terrifying at Yellowstone?
Between the coyotes howling, the bears sniffing around, and the other anonymous animals crawling around, no thank you.
Okay. How much sleep did you actually get?
0.
See, I'm glad with my pick now.
You laid there all night just listening to animals.
How could you go to sleep?
I don't know.
I mean, seriously.
All right, here's your question. Multiple choice. What U.S. state has the most miles of rivers? Alaska, Michigan, Missouri, or Nebraska?
Nebraska seems the least obvious. I'm going to say Michigan with all those lakes.
Not a bad guess. I'll say Alaska.
Let me give you a hint. It's the last one you would guess.
Yeah, the most rivers?
Has the most miles of rivers. Nebraska.
Huh. Yeah, I would never guess that.
Nobody would guess that. That's the only reason I even put it in there. Is more to share this with you, because who the hell knew? All right, let's go in the Wayback Machine to the 1980s. What 80s action star was nicknamed the Muscles from Brussels?
Hulk Hogan?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That is correct. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother from Brussels. Good to hear my accent.
I am a real Brazilian.
What do you call something from Brussels?
Sprout?
Hey, Sprout, what's up?
I always forget. Brussels is in...
It's Brussels. Belgium.
Is it Belgium?
So where are you from? Belgium, right.
Belgium.
I'm like Belgiuminium. But still, if you're from Brussels, you sound like we're Seattleites. You know, I can be an American, I can be a Washingtonian, I can be a Seattleite. So you can say, well, I am, what do we say, Belgian or Brusselius?
Bob, what are you doing? Running a child care back there? What's going on?
I'm at a high school track meet.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Gotta be on the phone too, brother.
Watch out for a straight javelin.
All right, here is your question. Chris Cornell sang the song "You Know My Name" as the theme song to which James Bond movie?
Oh, is that Skyfall?
No, Mike nailed it. That was Adele sang Skyfall. This was Casino Royale.
Oh, great movie.
Question number 5.
Who was the only member of the 6 main characters on Friends to not get married at any time on the show?
The Chandler.
I'll say Joey.
Chandler was married to Monica.
What?
Yeah.
I know very little about the show.
Well, people always talk about Ross and Rachel, but they wrote, that was the big dramatic one, but they weren't actually together, or they were. But, Chandler and Monica just kind of got married in one season and kind of stayed together.
Oh, okay. Did not know that. All right. Exposure to what type of radiation turned Bruce Banner into the Hulk?
Gamma radiation?
Gamma it is. Very good.
You know what's odd about that? Hulk suffered from ED. Most people don't know. Yeah.
Well, it's because of gamma radiation.
The gamma radiation. Most people did not know that.
Game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK. Who's our next contestant? Ready to play the big game.
Confirm that for me, comic book guy. The Hulk ED. I'm sure it's a thing. Hello, JD. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
JD, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober. I'm at work.
All right, JD, welcome to the show.
Yeah, my boss is listening, so, sober.
JD, you're going to spend a week in a tent. Where are you going to do it? The African Savannah, Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
Well, I've been to Yellowstone, so let's go to the Outback.
Gonna go to the Outback. A lot of votes for the Outback.
Mm-hmm. Every time I hear that, though, I just think of the restaurant. And it makes me hungry. Oh, man.
Give myself a steak.
Mm-hmm. And the kookaburra wings. Mike, can you please find out what a kookaburra looks like?
It's a kookaburra.
Oh, yeah.
Kookaburra.
You've seen it. It's actually a small bird. It weighs around 11 ounces.
Yes.
Colorful.
That helps, Dad.
That's why the wings are so tasty.
Like when you see it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I know that.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You've had many of those.
Yeah. It looks like a very grumpy bird.
They bred them, though.
All right, your question. What is the most commonly broken human bone?
A finger?
I will say the collarbone.
You got it.
Oh.
It is, in fact, the collarbone. Don't sound disappointed.
Yeah.
All right, the character Winky is what kind of animal in the game Donkey Kong Country?
Oh, I just know Winky the Mouse. Is it a mouse?
It is not a mouse. Who the hell is Winky the Mouse?
Isn't it Winky on that old
He's got a twitch
TV show?
Winky.
Where there's like a mouse or something?
Are you thinking Pinky in the Brain?
Pinky in the Brain.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we got to I'm like, Winky the Mouse. That sounds like a real bad mobster. By the way, Winky is a frog. I've learned so much from my children. All right, your question. In 1949, a woman named Sarah Christian broke the gender barrier in what sport?
Basketball.
Any guesses?
What year was it?
1949.
Oh, boy.
There's no way. I'm saying there's no way.
Boxing.
Nope.
Cycling.
Nope. NASCAR.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's it. All right, your question. Shares of the world's largest theater chain are up nearly 2,000% this year, fueled by Reddit retail investors and good news about consumers going back to the movies. What is the company?
Can you repeat the question? I missed the first half, sorry.
All right, shares of the world's largest theater chain are up nearly 2,000% this year, fueled by Reddit retail investors and good news about consumers going back to the movies. What is the company?
Disney. Yeah, I had no idea.
AMC.
To the moon. Question 5, JD.
Question number 5 for you. What was Daniel's last name in the 1984 cinematic masterpiece, The Karate Kid?
Son.
Love you guys' podcasts. I listen to them all. That's Russo. Have a good one.
There you go.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Very cool.
I had a Karate Kid reference today.
What was your Karate Kid reference today?
Walked out of my building, somebody was painting one of the walls.
Oh, here we go.
And I was like, what's going on? He's like, just getting my Karate Kid on. I was like, you ready for ballet? And he's like, I'm getting there.
Jesus. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Will. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. Willie on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Back on Team Not Sober.
Okay, Will, welcome to the show. Where are you spending a week in a tent at? African Savannah, Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone it is. Okay.
All right, here's your question. What kind of animal was Sam on The Muppet Show?
Sam on the Muppets?
Mm-hmm. He was serious all the time.
Right. Well, since we can't pass, I have to say Uranus. I don't know.
Was he a rat?
It was Sam the Eagle.
Yeah. Sam the Eagle. That's right.
Uncle Sam.
He's very stoic.
That makes sense.
Like Uncle Sam.
All right, your question. What Asian country that ceased to be a U.S. territory in 1946 celebrates July 4th as its Republic Day?
Canada?
What year?
1946. So it used to be U.S. territory, right? After World War II, and everyone divvied things up.
I don't know, the Philippines?
Philippines, yeah. Good guess.
Okay.
Well done, Ted. Well done. All right. Here is your question. This city was just named the horniest city in the United States. Multiple choice. Paradise, Nevada, Orange, California, Hollywood, Florida, or Atlanta, Georgia. So Paradise, Orange, Hollywood, or Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It is
It's the hotbed of sex, Paradise, Nevada.
Paradise. It's right there in the name.
I thought about that.
But, horny doesn't mean that you're getting laid. Now, it just means they're horny, All right, your question. And I'll probably say this wrong. Pantothenic acid is better known as which vitamin?
Vitamin E.
If it's acid, I'll say vitamin C.
Nope. That's ascorbic acid.
B.
Yep, B5 specifically, but I would have accepted B.
Wow.
Well,
Question number 5, Will.
Question number
My
5.
worst game yet. 5 questions. Wow.
What does a pedometer count?
A pedometer?
Yes.
Jeez. No idea. Nothing of them.
Once again, bedroom callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Oh, my bad. You heard that?
Yeah, we heard that.
My bad.
We got you. We'll just go ahead and spin that wheel.
Spin it.
Oh, wow. What was it?
It counts steps. A pedometer counts steps. So when people go on about how many steps they have in a day, it's their pedometer that tells them. Or in the case of Mike, he physically counts each and every individual step he takes out loud. 1, 2, 3. All right, your question. What element do plants produce through photosynthesis?
Oh, that's, chloroform? What is it?
Oxygen.
It is oxygen.
It is, in fact, oxygen.
Well, do you juggle the phone when you use it? What's going on there? Do you just flip it back and forth in your hands? What do you?
No, I kind of live in the country part of New York.
Oh, I see. So the signal's not there.
It could be that.
Okay.
Just blame it on that. We won't know.
Yeah, right.
All right, your question. Who is the first woman to host an American late-night talk show? She is no longer with us. She was a comedian.
Yeah, Joan Rivers.
That's it. Very good. That's right.
There you go, man.
Used to sub for Johnny Carson back
That is correct.
That was a different era then, man. I think Jimmy Kimmel's the only one who's done it lately. Like, you take the week off, they don't run reruns, and just basically just bring in a guest host for the week.
We should do that on this show.
Exactly.
Like, look, we're going to take a week off. We don't know who the hell
we're
going to
take
bring
2
in.
weeks off.
You know what? You're right.
That's the better.
We don't know who they are. We don't know.
We used to.
Yeah.
That's right.
We had a B team.
That's right. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
It's 3.
Sorry. Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Lisa, are you sober or not sober?
Not completely sober.
Okay, Lisa, welcome to the show. Lisa, where are you spending a weekend in a tent? African Savannah, Australian Outback, Mount Everest Base Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
Well, I would never go to Australia if anybody paid me, so I'd have to go Everest.
You're going to go to Everest.
Wow, that's a lot of Australia hate.
Why would you not go to Australia?
You know, their spiders are just way too big for me to want to ever go.
I agree with you on that, man. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big spider person, and their spiders they're stupid big. Actually, they're not spiders. I believe technically they qualify as monsters at that point.
There are some pretty big animals up there if you're hiking in India for 2 days on your way to the Mount Everest Base Camp, by the way.
Yeah, but see, like, if you see a tiger, right? Mm-hmm. Like a tiger, I understand my visceral fear of this animal. It makes sense to me. A spider, I cannot a spider that big, I cannot wrap my head around what I'm saying. Yeah. I refuse to accept its reality.
Yeah, once you go to Kathmandu and get Bob Seger's autograph, then from there it's just in the middle of nowhere.
Do you think Bob Seger has ever been to Kathmandu?
Sure he has. It's what he really, really wants to do.
Oh, that's the point. So it's what he wants to do. I don't think it's what he's done, though.
That would be a great question.
He never said, like, I want to go back. He said, it's what I really want to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If I ever get out of here, wherever that is. He's going to Kathmandu.
He's going to Kathmandu.
I just figure he's been there. Like, they got Bob Seger's bar. You know what I mean?
You think so? The Bob Seger Casino if you go to Kathmandu?
Absolutely. Just like the
Is
Kid
that
Rock.
a line or a song?
Kathmandu's a song.
I like Seeger. I just can't think of that one.
You'll know it if you hear it, for sure. All right, here's your question. What is Tiger Woods' real first name?
Paul, I don't know.
Paul. It's Lion. Eldrick. Now there, Lisa, your question. What all-female country trio won 5 Grammys in 2007?
I just don't know. I don't listen to country.
They're the Chicks now.
Yeah, the Chicks now, Dixie Chicks then. And speaking of chicks, who played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars movies?
Carrie Fisher. I knew that one.
You did know that one.
You did know that. By the
Very
way,
good.
if you're a Star Wars fan, we have horrible, tragic, terrible news. To me, as a Star Wars fan, and I have been since I was a kid, like a lot of us, this is the worst news that I could have heard regarding the franchise. It has been reported that George Lucas either has or is in the process of taking back control of Star Wars.
Great.
So the party's over.
Yeah.
It goes back to crap. He gave us Ewoks to Jar Jar goddamn Binks. That's all I'm saying.
Let's do one more contestant in the game known as Big Dummy. 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Matthew, are you sober or not sober?
Not so sober.
Okay. All right, Matthew, you got to camp for 1 week in a tent. Are you in Africa, Australia, Mount Everest Space Camp, or Yellowstone National Park?
It's been my experience that the colder it is, the less bugs, creepy crawly spiders, snakes, centipedes there are, so I'm going to Everest.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you can sleep a good night's sleep there, not a worry in the world.
Some people have been sleeping there for like 40 years. All right. Here's your question. What color is the central square on a Scrabble board?
Scrabble Central Square. I know this. It's pink square, ain't it?
That is a pink square on it. Nice job, Matthew. Absolutely. Head Chef's coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes brings the hate with foods that you cannot stand. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.